welcome to our channel. Grab your cup because at CrimeTea TV, we spill every detail the detectives didn't tell you. Let's get into it. The world's craziest unsolved crimes. These are 5 of the most baffling unsolved crimes in history. Each one is still debated today. Killers who were never caught. A hijacker who vanished into thin air. A mystery man found on a beach with a secret code. For this video, we've put together the most insane, high-quality visuals and animations to bring these chilling stories to life. I spent a ridiculous amount of time making sure every detail is perfect. Get ready. We are diving deep into the evidence, the suspects, the wild theories that have kept these mysteries alive. This video is just over 10 minutes long, every second packed with mind-blowing facts. Chapter 1. Our first case is maybe the most famous unsolved mystery of all time, Jack the Ripper. Imagine this, it's 1888. The streets of Whitechapel, London are dark, foggy, and incredibly dangerous. This is the playground for a killer who would become a legend. He targeted women in the impoverished districts, and the way he committed his crimes was so brutal it shocked the entire world. The city was gripped by absolute terror. The victims, known as the Canonical Five, were Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, Mary Jane Kelly. These weren't just random attacks, they were terrifyingly precise, suggesting anatomical or medical knowledge. He was a ghost in the shadows, striking quickly and disappearing without a trace, leaving the police completely baffled and the public in a state of panic. The killer even taunted them, sending letters to the police and media. Some signed Jack the Ripper. One of the most famous, the From Hell letter, came with a piece of a human kidney, claimed to be from a victim. The suspect list was massive. Montague John Druitt, Aaron Kosminski, Soren Kosowski, aka George Chapman. Modern DNA tests pointed to Kosminski, but methods and chain of custody were heavily criticized. After all this time, his identity remains a secret. Chapter 2. Heading to California, the Zodiac Killer. In the late 1960s and early 70s, the San Francisco Bay Area was haunted. He didn't just want to kill, he wanted fame. He craved the spotlight and used the media, a real-life supervillain. David Faraday, Betty Lou Jensen, Darlene Ferrin, Cecilia Shepard, Paul Stein. The attacks were brutal and seemed almost random. He shot couples in cars, stabbed by a lake, and killed a cab driver in San Francisco. What made him truly terrifying were his letters, dozens of taunts to newspapers like the San Francisco Chronicle. He signed with a crossed circle and sent ciphers, codes he claimed held his identity. The first, the 408, was cracked in a week by a schoolteacher and his wife, a chilling rant about loving killing. The infamous 340 stayed unsolved for 51 years until 2020 and revealed more taunting nonsense. Arthur Lee Allen seemed to fit the watch, weapons, even a tentative ID, but prints, DNA, and handwriting didn't match. Others like Gary Francis Post and Richard Gaikowski drew attention, but law enforcement says the case remains open and unconfirmed. He sent his last confirmed letter in 1974 and then just stopped. The Vanishing Act makes the case unbelievably chilling. In 1947, a crime so gruesome and bizarre occurred that it has haunted Hollywood ever since. This is the story of the Black Dahlia. On January 15th, a woman and her daughter found what they thought was a discarded mannequin, but it wasn't. It was 22-year-old Elizabeth Short, chasing Hollywood dreams. The crime scene was one of the most horrific the LAPD had seen. Body severed, drained of blood, meticulously cleaned, and grotesquely posed. The press nicknamed her the Black Dahlia, maybe for her dark hair, black clothing, or a popular movie. Newspapers blurred fact and fiction, turning tragedy into national obsession and crippling the investigation. A week later, the Examiner received a package. Her IDs, photos, an address book with pages torn. Wiped with gasoline to kill prints. The note read, "Here are Dahlia's belongings. letter to follow. More taunts and false leads flooded in. Police and the FBI interviewed thousands. Over 500 false confessions followed. Prime suspects included Dr. George Hodel, even his detective son suspected him, and Leslie Dillon, whose eerie knowledge raised alarms. Decades passed. Files swelled with theories but no answers. Jealous lover, mad doctor, stranger. Elizabeth Short's murder became a dark Hollywood legend, a reminder of secrets hidden behind the city's glitter. Chapter 4. This next case is straight out of a movie, The Legend of D.B. Cooper. On November 24th, 1971, Dan Cooper bought a one-way ticket to Seattle. He was polite, then leaned in. "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." Wires and red sticks flashed in the case. He demanded $200,000, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck ready in Seattle. After landing, he swapped passengers for cash and chutes, then ordered a low, slow flight toward Mexico City. Somewhere between Seattle and Reno, in a thunderstorm, he lowered the aft stairs, with money strapped to his body, and jumped into the freezing night sky. A massive search followed. FBI, local police, even the military, but nothing surfaced. No body, no parachute, no briefcase, no money. He vanished. In 1980, a boy found 3 packets of ransom cash on the Columbia River. The serials matched. But it raised questions. Lost mid-jump, buried as a stash, or washed downstream after he died. After 45 years, the FBI closed the active investigation. Suspects like Richard McCoy Jr. and Dwayne Weber drew scrutiny, but Thai DNA never matched anyone. Folk hero or fatal fall, we may never know. Chapter 5. Our final case feels ripped from a spy novel. On December 1st, 1948, a body was found on Somerton Park Beach in Adelaide, Australia. He wore a suit and tie, no wallet, no ID, and every clothing label removed. He was in peak condition, but the coroner couldn't determine a cause of death, likely poison, never proven. There were no signs of struggle. The man was a ghost. Months later, a hidden fob pocket yielded a rolled scrap of paper. Tamam Shud. It means it is ended, torn from the final page of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. A man turned in a copy found in his car. The final page was torn out. This was the book. Inside, a 5-line cipher. Military and FBI cryptographers tried and failed. It remains unsolved. A phone number led to a nearby nurse. She denied knowing him, yet nearly fainted when shown his plaster cast. Police suspected Alfred Boxall, but he was alive, with his copy intact. In 2021, the body was exhumed. In 2022, a researcher named him Carl Charles Webb via genealogy, but police haven't confirmed it. Why Adelaide? How did he die? Tamam Shud is far from finished. Outro. These cases remind us that some mysteries resist answers. From the foggy streets of London to a sun-drenched Australian beach, these 5 stories show that even with all our technology and knowledge, there are still secrets the past refuses to give up. Jack the Ripper, Zodiac Killer, D.B. Cooper, Black Dahlia, Somerton Man, may be lost to time, leaving us chilling questions. We've gone through the evidence, the suspects, and the bizarre clues left behind. These figures became legends not just for their crimes, but because they were never caught. They're the ultimate puzzle, a challenge to justice and reason. It's the not knowing that is truly the scariest part of all. Which one chills you most? The Zodiac's taunts or D.B. Cooper's escape? Drop your theories below. I'll be checking the comments for your thoughts. For more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries, make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any spilled tea. Thanks for watching.